Bom dia pessoal, it's Fabio here, long time since I did the last video. We are going to paint, Lime already mentioned it, we are going to paint the exterior of our house. There's a few things that we are doing outside, starting to do outside on the house. We want to put gutters all around to help with the infiltration of water and keep it dry, and we want to paint it all. So first thing to do is to paint it. So to paint it, we used the nearby paint shop for the interior, and we were really happy with the paint that we chose and the advice that we were given. So we're gonna use them again. And this time, because the exterior is a bit more tricky than the inside, there are more different types of paint and different methods. So we had someone coming from Scene, which is a paint brand, and he basically had to look at the house, the state, what kind of paint we have on the walls, and they give you advice on what you should do, what kind of paint you should use, what you should do first. So he was just here this morning looking at what we have done and suggesting what kind of paints and what approach we are going to do. So I'm going to explain you kind of what we are going to do. So first thing we did was we pressure washed the whole house. As you can see, like here, lots of paint came off. Here pretty much all the paint came off from these. In the house it's not that bad, but all the garage and all of the paint just was really in bad conditions and just came off. Here it wasn't too bad, but anyway, it's all pressure washed. What the guy suggested first is that the paint that we have is an acrylic paint. So he suggested to use the same, but because we have all these patches in bad conditions, he's suggesting to primer it. So what we're going to do is primer the whole thing first. After I open up all the cracks, just primer it all. And once that is done, if you notice, we have different kinds of paint. Like here, this is a sandy paint. I mean, like more, I don't know, you say this in English, grainy, yeah, I don't know what's the name in English. And here we don't. So what he was explaining is, like, this is patches where the paint came off. And if we would go and just patch these up and then sand it, this would be a completely smooth finish against something that is more grainy. So you would notice all those patches, like there, we have to patch it, but it's gonna be, if we do it just straight, you will see all these patches. We already have some of those cases from previous owners which they have done, and what happens then is something like this. You have this grainy, and then you can see here where they patched it because they didn't use the same paint. So they just used the smooth paint, and obviously you can notice it. So what he suggested is primer, and then wherever you have these patches or where the paint came off, which in this side is not much to be honest, we will apply some of these just basic, cheapest of these paints that we can find, just pass it through to give the same kind of texture, so you won't notice it. So that's what we are gonna do. Primer, then wherever the paint came off, pass it with this textured paint. We will apply that paint in all the garage because it wasn't, so we have a kind of uniform paint texture all around the house. Not only that, it also, these hides imperfections, which we have tons of them on this side, much better than a smooth paint. And once that is done, we are ready for 2 coats of acrylic paint, which is what we have now. It is the kind of paint, it's like it lets the wall breathe. It's not a membrane that completely seals the house. We wouldn't want that because we want the walls to breathe, so it lets the walls breathe, and it's the same kind of paint that we have now, and that's what we are going to do.
What are you doing?
This is coaxial cable, and they had 2. One that would go here to feed the TV in the bedroom, I suppose, and then a second one which would go through there. I already took it. It would come There's a splitter there, it would come through here and in through the door. So during our renovations, one of the fantastic builders we had managed to cut that cable. So I had to put the router in the bedroom, connected to that one. But obviously we don't need it there anymore. We will have the router in the living room, which is there. So I'm gonna take that cable off and just pass a new one here straight into the living room, which is much shorter. We also had cables that I don't even know what they were for. They're probably old phone cables. I don't know. They were not in use.
Like all those.
I had them cut already months ago. They were not in use, and there was like one coming from here, one going all the way here to that post. So I'm just taking all of that. It was a really big mess of cables coming here, and now we have all we need: internet and electricity, and that's all.
So today is our first painting day, which is not with paint but with primer. We already set up our this structure that we had still left from the previous builders that never came to pick it up or anything. So we really could use it for here, which is great. So this is the primer that we got. And we are going to mix it in that bucket in there with the special product. So this is the, I don't know how it is in English, dilutant?
I have no idea.
Diluent.
In Portuguese is diluent.
Okay, so I guess people will understand anyway. So yeah, we are diluting that a little bit with a special product. Nice glasses, Bob.
You guys like my glasses? Fancy, right? Lima loves them.
Yes.
She offered me for my birthday.
Definitely.
She the best girlfriend.
Yeah, right. Those are cycling glasses.
As you can see, it takes a bit to mix it manually. Obviously, we don't have an electric mixer. So it takes a bit. It's not the easiest one to mix.
But now looks good.
It's looking good now. So what I'm gonna do is, because what they advised was to dilute these in about 15% of that product. I'll Google the name in English. I just don't know.
Diluent.
Is it
I
diluent?
think something like that.
Anyway, so basically it's about 2 liters for this whole bucket. And obviously I can't add 2 liters here because it's already at the top. So I'm gonna split this paint in 2 buckets and add 1 liter on each. Mix it properly. And yeah, that what they advised us to do to dilute it a bit. And it comes on the can as well. Even the brand advises to do 10-15% dilution. So yeah, it should last us longer as well.
Yeah,
Because this is not a cheap paint. I was surprised how much it costs actually.
this one bucket
This
cost
is
how
really
much?
expensive for primer. This was each bucket is 109 euros. So we bought 2. I'm hoping that we can do it 1 only, but we will see. I'm not sure. I bought 2 just because it's closed on the weekend. If we need it tomorrow or something, we have it. If we don't, then we can return it back. They're fine with that as soon as it's not open. Let's try this. This is now where things can go very wrong. So I'm gonna try to split it in half. It's not exactly the easiest thing, but
yeah.
now we are adding 1 liter of this thing. Is this 1 liter? Some reason feels more than 1 liter to me, but I guess not.
No, I think it is.
So we can use this one, and we can
And then we can close that,
this
yeah.
one until we are done.
This wall is primed and this is still to go. This is really just the first bit. We also did all the way up here on this side. Then we decided we'll just do one wall, one side, then one other side, the whole thing. So now we've done all this. Looks nice already. This side's done. Bye bye green. We are nearly finishing this side, which is day 2 of painting. You can see a little bit of green there because I couldn't reach. I saw this side, but we just need to do that little bit. But we still have the garage from the other side and the shed. That's left to do. And this is only primer, and we're already tired of painting. And we will have to repeat this process 2 more times. Here you go.
Start doing something. Took a little bit of that roof that was just here and then took the rest until there, and now taking this. This is properly just in the wall. It was a hole in the wall and it's standing in there. It's a very old AC. It was useful when we were living in the annex, but by the end it wasn't working anymore. So yeah, it obviously looks really ugly in this corner, so gotta take it off. Been battling with this shit all morning, literally, to cut the
this is the what he cut
roof, and because it was stuck in the cement in the wall, so it was really hard. And now this is in the last final step, so we are filming just in case something goes wrong. We have something funny for YouTube. We need to go viral, so if I hurt myself doing something stupid, maybe that will do.
It's just so big.
That is it, Lime.
Maybe you could have put that blue stuff underneath or this so that it falls on that. Ah! Oh my god!
Woohoo! We have a new window!
Right?
Just need to buy a window. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Look at the size of this monster. Okay. First batch of cement to fix the hole that we left in our wall.
The tire of the wheelbarrow is always broken. For some reason, that's it, I think. Alright. Good morning. Today is day 4th with our house painting, and so far what we have done only is we have done the primer for all of the house, and that was on day 3. That was yesterday. We kind of finished everything except this one corner that Fabio is doing, because we kind of last minute decided that we want to take the old air conditioner out. We also cut a little bit of the roof that was kind of hanging over the entrance. Originally we weren't planning on doing this, even though we were also kind of thinking that we will do it eventually. So I think in the end we decided that why leave it? If we are painting the house, if we're doing all these things, might as well just do it all. And here we are today. with Fabio trying to fix the hole that was left from the old aircon. What we need to do next is we need to repair the walls that need to be repaired, some cracks and things like that, and holes. And we also have on the garage bit and on this extension here needs to be applied with the sandy paint. Don't really know what's the right name for it, and I hope that we can do that today. Right now it seems like it's going to be raining tonight and the next 2 days, and possibly another whole week or something. So it's not really ideal, because we were probably ready to paint tomorrow or the day after with the actual paint, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be possible, which is really crap. We'll see.